May 1982. HMS Invincible is under attack. Argentine exocets streak across the sky. The flight deck is damaged. Conventional runways would be useless. But then, something emerges vertically from the smoke. No runway, no catapult, just pure power-defying gravity. This is a VSTOL, vertical or short takeoff and landing, combat aircraft that can operate from impossible spaces. Small carriers, highways, forest clearings, destroyed bases. When the rules of aerial combat dictate you need miles of runway, these warriors only need will. Today we'll discover the 5 VSTOL aircraft that revolutionized modern warfare, from secret Soviet experiments to the most advanced stealth machine on the planet. Machines that don't just defy physics, they defy destiny. Welcome to Aviation Tech, where engineering meets legend. Number 5. The Yakovlev Yak-141 Freestyle, the Soviet Challenge, 1976. The Cold War is at its peak. NATO dominates the seas with the revolutionary Harrier. The Kremlin cannot allow this advantage. The order is clear. Match the West. Create an operational VSTOL strike fighter at any cost. Yakovlev's solution is radical, a triple-engine system. One main Tumansky R-27 turbofan for horizontal flight, and 2 Rybinsk RD-38 lift engines hidden behind the cockpit, pointing straight down, pure brute force against gravity. The result is functional, but problematic. Limited range of just 370 kilometers. Subsonic. The lift engines only serve for takeoff and landing, dead weight in combat. In hot weather, performance collapses. Pilots nicknamed it the lighter for its tendency to catch fire, but it achieved its objective. 231 units produced, deployed on 4 Kiev-class carriers. Soviet presence projected in distant seas. It wasn't perfect, it wasn't elegant, but it was operational. And in secret design bunkers, Soviet engineers were already dreaming of something far more ambitious. Number 4. The Yakovlev Yak-141 Freestyle, the dream that almost was. Late 1980s, the USSR is on the brink of collapse, but its designers still pursue the impossible. A VSTOL that can exceed Mach 1, something neither the British nor the Americans have achieved. The Yak-141 will be their masterpiece. The innovation is brilliant. A 3-position vectoring nozzle on the main engine, 0 degrees for supersonic flight, 65 degrees for short takeoff, 95 degrees for vertical hover, and 2 small RD-41 lift engines in the forward fuselage for stability. March 9, 1987, first flight. 1989, breaks world speed and altitude records for VSTOL. Mach 1.7, the world watches in amazement. This Soviet aircraft is years ahead. But then, December 1991, the Soviet Union ceases to exist. The Yak-141 program dies with it. Only 4 prototypes were built. The supersonic VSTOL dream archived, forgotten, or was it? 1995. In an extraordinary twist of history, Lockheed Martin signs an agreement with Yakovlev. Full access to Yak-141 technology. The data, the designs, the tests, everything. And if you look at the F-35B today, the 3-position vectoring nozzle, the lift fan system, the configuration, the ghost of the Yak-141 lives. Soviet technology, reborn under American colors. The aircraft that never entered combat but changed warfare forever. But before the Soviets even dreamed of VSTOL, a group of British engineers had already done the impossible. Number 3. The Hawker Siddeley Harrier and Aviation Harrier II, the immortal pioneer, 1960. Military doctrine is clear. Fighters need long runways, massive bases, vulnerable infrastructure. But a British engineer named Sidney Cam asks, what if they don't? The answer is the Rolls-Royce Pegasus, an engine with 4 rotating nozzles, 2 forward, 2 aft. Rotate the nozzles down, vertical takeoff, backward, conventional flight. Simple in concept, genius in execution. 1969. The Harrier GR1 enters service with the RAF. The world of aerial combat changes forever. It can operate from forest clearings, from highways, from anywhere. It's impossible to destroy on the ground because it's never where you expect. But its true test comes in 1982. Falklands, RAF Harrier GR3s and Royal Navy Sea Harriers face the Argentine Air Force, outnumbered 8,000 miles from home. with small carriers. The result is legendary, devastating ground attack missions. Vectoring in forward flight, VIFF, rotating nozzles in the middle of air combat for impossible turns. Argentine pilots report chasing a Harrier, and suddenly it's behind them. The US Marines observe and are impressed. They need exactly this: expeditionary capability. Combat from amphibious assault ships. 1985, the Aviation Harrier II is born. British-American collaboration. Carbon wing, modern avionics, greater payload capacity. Desert Storm 1991. Harrier IIs fly over 3,300 sorties. Lethal precision. Bosnia, Kosovo, Afghanistan, Iraq 2003. 4 decades of continuous combat. Over 800 units built. The ultimate veteran 2011. RAF retires its last squadron, 2016. U.S. Marines fly the final operational missions, but its legacy is eternal. It proved VSTOL wasn't an experiment. It was the future. And there was one variant that wrote its own legend in blood and glory. If you're enjoying this epic journey through VSTOL history, help us continue creating quality content. Give this video a like, subscribe to Aviation Tech, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episode. Now then, let's continue with an absolute legend. Number 2, the BAE Sea Harrier, the guardian of the South Atlantic. The standard Harrier was formidable, but the Royal Navy needed more: a naval interceptor, radar capability, beyond visual range combat, air-to-air missiles. The Sea Harrier FA-1 is born in 1978, raised nose for better visibility in carrier landings, Blue Fox radar, capability for Sidewinder missiles and naval weapons. April 2nd, 1982. Argentina invades the Falkland Islands. Margaret Thatcher has 72 hours to decide. 8,000 miles away. No nearby air bases. Experts say it's impossible, but there are 28 Sea Harriers available. The task force sails. 2 small carriers. HMS Hermes, HMS Invincible, 20 Sea Harriers between both, against more than 200 Argentine aircraft. French Mirages, A4 Skyhawks, Israeli Daggers, Super Étendards with deadly Exocet missiles. May 1st, 1982. First contact. Sea Harriers encounter formations of Mirages and Daggers. Argentine pilots are experienced, veterans, but they're not prepared for this. The char is brutal. Radar detects them first. Sidewinders launch first. And when it gets to close combat, VIFF, vectoring nozzles rotate. The Harrier breaks instantly in mid-air. The Mirage that was chasing is now ahead. A IM-9L Sidewinder to the exhaust. Splash 1. The final score is devastating. 20 confirmed air-to-air kills for the Sea Harriers. 0 losses in air-to-air combat. Not a single one. 2 Sea Harriers lost to anti-aircraft fire. 6 to accidents. But in dogfights, undefeated. Argentine pilots would later confess, seeing a Sea Harrier was a death sentence. It could do things our aircraft couldn't. It floated, turned impossibly, and its missiles never missed. 1993. The Sea Harrier FA-2 arrives. More powerful Blue Vixen radar, AMRAAM missiles, improved BVR capability. But its moment had passed. 2006, retired from service. Its work was complete. It had saved a war, demonstrated the VSTOL concept in the crucible of real combat, and paved the way for what would come next: the ultimate weapon. Because while the Sea Harrier was writing its legend in the South Atlantic, in secret American hangars, something from the future was taking shape. Number 1. The Lockheed Martin F-35B Lightning II, the ultimate weapon. Imagine this: 5th generation stealth, VSTOL capability, 360-degree sensor fusion, network warfare, air superiority, precision strike, electronic intelligence, all in a single platform. This isn't an aircraft. It's a 22nd century weapons system operating today, year 2000. The Joint Strike Fighter program seeks to replace multiple aircraft types. The Marine Corps has one non-negotiable requirement: it must be VSTOL. Lockheed Martin presents the X-35B, Boeing the X-32. The world watches. June 20th, 2001. The X-35B performs the first complete S-to-OVL flight. Short takeoff, transition to hover, vertical landing. Perfect. Lockheed wins the contract. The F-35 program launches. The engineering is extraordinary. The heart is the Pratt & Whitney F-135, the most powerful military turbofan ever built. 40,000 pounds of thrust. Behind the cockpit, the Rolls-Royce shaft-driven lift fan. 20,000 pounds of additional vertical thrust. The main nozzle rotates 95 degrees downward. Roll posts in the wings for stability control. Watch the transformation. Conventional flight mode, nozzle aft, lift fan closed, doors sealed, STOVL mode, a clutch engages. The main engine transmits power to the lift fan. The dorsal door opens. The fan sucks massive air from above. The nozzle rotates down. The roll posts extend. The aircraft floats like science fiction made reality. But VSTOL is just the beginning. Stealth shaping reduces radar signature to a fraction. The DAS distributed sensor system covers 360 degrees, 6 infrared cameras. The pilot sees through the aircraft. Literally. Look down, see the ground. There are no blind spots. The Gen 3 helmet. $400,000 per unit. All combat information projected directly on the visor. Targeting, threats, navigation, friends and foes. The pilot doesn't look at instruments. The pilot lives in combat augmented reality. And here's the real revolution. Data fusion. The F-35B doesn't just see. It processes, synthesizes, shares, links with other F-35s. With AWACS, with ships, with ground troops. A conscious battle network. An enemy doesn't face one aircraft. They face a system. 2018, declared operational. U.S. Marines. Royal Navy on the new Queen Elizabeth-class carriers. Italy with the Cavour. Japan converting their helicopter destroyer carriers. The F-35B is redefining global naval power. 2018, first real combat mission. U.S. Marines in Afghanistan. Since then, classified missions in the Middle East. Syria. Details are secret, but results speak. 0 losses. Targets neutralized with surgical precision. From the limited Yak-38 to the dominant F-35B. From Soviet experiments to American supremacy. From British pioneer concepts to stealth reality. 60 years of VSTOL evolution culminate here. First look, first shot, first kill. The F-35B Lightning II isn't just the best VSTOL ever built. It's the 5th-generation fighter that can appear anywhere. And when it appears, the battle is already over. From Soviet carriers in the Black Sea to the China Seas, from the frozen South Atlantic to Middle Eastern skies, VSTOL aircraft have rewritten the rules of aerial combat. The Yak-38 taught us it was possible. The Yak-141 showed us the supersonic path. The Harrier proved the concept in real combat for decades. The Sea Harrier saved a war and a nation. And the F-35B. The F-35B is the future made present. Because in war, flexibility is survival. And nothing is more flexible than a fighter that doesn't need a runway. It only needs will. It only needs sky. What's your favorite VSTOL? The Pioneer Harrier? The Warrior Sea Harrier? Or the futuristic F-35B? Leave us your comment below. Give a like if you enjoyed this epic journey. Subscribe to Aviation Tech for more elite military aviation content. This has been Aviation Tech, where engineering meets legend, where history meets the future. Next week, the The stealth fighters that changed modern warfare. Invisible, lethal, unbeatable. Don't miss it.